Hey, 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 it's your man Sham, back again. One more time at Times Square. About to do a checkup to see what's good. Still out, still about, see what's going on, see what's happening, on the front lines, doing the field reports for you guys. And, I'll give you guys some wisdom from the scriptures, so you guys will be able to learn how to carry on. So as always, Times Square, now once you got, live in Times Square, I want you guys to take a wild guess at whether or not anything changed on my live Monday. Let me know in the comments. Right now, Shalom Israel, this is your brother Shalom back again, giving all thanks to the Most High Yahweh and His beloved Son Yahushai. Today is still March 20th, 2020, Slakia. And right now, back in Times Square, do an update to see what's going on, what's going down. All right, so right now I'm panning around. It's dead on a Friday night. Everything is closed. Everything is locked down. It's like almost, it's pretty much nothing to do. Yeah, some people still outside getting some fresh air and maybe getting some eats. But otherwise than that, it's nothing. So let's do a walkthrough. Once again, guys, the earlier today, Governor Andrew Cuomo decided to install. It's pretty much a soft lockdown for New York City. For New York State, where that unless your work or it's a form of unless your work or your business is a form of is considered an essential business, you're pretty much shut down for the night. You're pretty much done. You're pretty much closed. So that means essential meaning like stuff that if certain institutions and businesses was closed, that will it affect the city or state at large? If it's yes, then more than likely they're gonna keep it open. If it's no, more than likely it's gonna close down. So that means stuff like your schools, your barbershops, your beauty shops, and so on and so forth. It's gonna close down. But stuff like your hospitals, stuff that is crucial to keep a city running. EMT, firefighters, police, the hospitals with your nurses, your doctors, what I'm saying? Your hospital workers, they're crucial to keep a city running. As you see, look around, Times Square is still the same. Everything is shut down. So, how many of y'all guessed it right from Monday? That Friday would have been different, or Friday would have been the same. Again, so far, New York City has, or New York State as a whole has kind of been taking this coronavirus thing, with Strive, and not, not let it get us to the point where we're panicking or we're bugging out and we're wilding out and stuff like that. But, if, the question is, how much longer is that going to last? You see the cops is out in full force, EMTs, they're the only, them and plus other state and city agencies and stuff like, supermarkets, pharmacies, stores, stuff that's needed to keep home stocked with food and supplies. Those are the only one that's allowed to remain open. Every other business is closed down. Clothing stores, restaurants, bars, lounges. You know what I'm saying? Clubs. So ain't nobody in the club. It's just a Hard Rock Cafe. Ain't nobody in the club. Ain't nobody in the cafe chilling, parlaying. This is like one of the big hot spots in Times Square. It's closed. So, for right now, until this coronavirus thing is over, quote-unquote nightlife is dead. So what do you guys plan on doing? Sorry, sir. So again, what do you guys plan on doing? So guys, what exactly is your plan? What exactly your plan during the shutdown? If you're in New York, if you're in another state where they might not have a shutdown, or you do, or you are shut down too in your state, what do you guys plan on doing? Comment in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you plan on doing during this time? Brother Johanna said, Yakanan, my lawyer, said, have you ever seen it like that before? Honestly, like I said on the live on Monday, the only time I ever seen it this dead was about 10 years ago. I was in it's a box camp, House of Israel, and I was doing the work with him on here in Times Square. And the only time I ever saw it this dead was we usually do it from we usually do the work from Saturday night, anywhere from 9-10 p.m. to 5 a.m. Sunday morning. The only time it gets this dead, it's like when around 3, 4, 5 a.m. Sunday morning, right when we're about to shut down. That's the only time it gets this dead. Otherwise, it'd be full of life. And oh my God, especially the holidays, man. Listen, around the holidays, Black Friday, around the Christmas season and all that, the pagan season, man, you damn near bumping into everybody every step you take. That all these agencies, these clubs, these stores, all them are shut down, man. And I just want to say this: the main people who I feel sorry for during this shutdown is a lot of the quote-unquote non-essential workers. Look at this, the Oakley store with the Oakley sunglasses. The main ones who I really feel sorry for is the quote-unquote non-essential workers, people working retail, the food industry and stuff like that. Because they're the main ones going to be jacked up when it's all said and done, man. Because again, you really don't know, Skechers store, you really don't know how long this stuff is going to last. And, again, a lot of people don't know, the whole, the bailout that the president that want to do for the citizens. We don't know how long this stuff is, how long they plan on sending out them checks. Should this stuff go on all the way to the summer, like Trump was saying. Trump was saying this stuff could go all the way into the summertime. You know what I'm saying? You think the United States government gonna hold you down? I see the only reason gas is out here like that because it's nice out. It's like 60, 70 degrees. Because of course that Jake gonna want to enjoy some warm weather. Yeah, all these businesses is closed, man. A lot of these folks are gonna be sitting out for weeks, possibly months. Some collecting a check, a lot of them won't. I was watching the news a couple days ago, and it said that a lot of people that got laid off or told that their job was shutting down due to. All right, sorry about that. Now I was saying that now a couple days ago when I'm watching the news. The news was reporting that. Hold on. That when a lot of these jobs was shutting down due to the whole coronavirus thing, like close to 9,000 people, hopped on the suck it. I think he cutting off. Like I was saying that the website got so overwhelmed that it crashed because there was 9,000 people in New York State that was trying to apply for unemployment all at the same time because they don't know, because not for nothing, a lot of these jobs was not going to pay these folks to stay home. You know what I'm saying? So listen, a lot of these businesses you see right now, when it's all said and done, a lot of them going to be filed for bankruptcy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these mom and pop stores are going to go belly up, which is the main reason why the government is trying to do that whole, $1 trillion for businesses and stuff like that. Because they already know once it's all said and done, when it's over, this thing a lot of people going to lose their jobs. A lot of people going to be out of work permanently. A lot of people think, it might be 2 weeks to a month, and I'm back to working again. Nah, it's going to be 2 weeks to a month, and next thing you're going to hear is that you no longer have a job. Levi's store closed. Everything is closed. The worst part about it is you don't know how worse this is gonna get. You know what I'm saying? We don't know how worse the outbreak, the virus is gonna get. Is there gonna be more deaths, more infections, more fatalities? We don't know. We just don't know. The most we could do is ride it out. Again, it's pretty nice out tonight. Mid 60s, low 70s. Any other day, let's say it'd have been like a huge crowd here, folks, just chilling, parlaying. Not right now. So yeah, the question I present to everybody, that like I present before on the live is, what do you guys plan on doing if this is if this is it? If this is if this is the end, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Are you guys ready? Cause this thing is international now. Like from what I heard from some folks, it's in the Caribbean now. I mean, the infection is not as much, you know, but, you know, it's down there now. You know, honestly, I believe that there might be multiple, there's more than one strain of this whole virus, you know, where like, maybe like the U.S. may have one form of strain of the virus and Europe got another, because over there it's straight killing folks. You know what I'm saying? And according to the news, I don't know how true it is, but they claim that the most susceptible are folks that got pre-lying conditions, like folks that are already sick, high blood pressure, diabetes, you know what I'm saying, cancer, you know what I'm saying, like anything that will put your immune system already at risk, or anything that puts you in a state of a weaker health makes you more susceptible to it. And that for the quote-unquote healthy folks, like if you catch it, like let's say if you have bronchitis, the strain of that virus will attach itself to your bronchitis and make it worse. You know, this whole thing attacks your respiratory system. Well, y'all can say it's a Sabbath, so all praise to the Most High, everything is closed. God. The first sign, the Most High person forcing everybody to keep the Sabbath. All praises to the Most High. All right, so let's say your comments. What you guys think about this whole thing, man? Again, I'm in Times Square. It's dead. You know, folks are losing their minds. Folks are bugging out. Folks are low-key panicking. Folks are high-key panicking. You know, my whole thing to you is like, yo, what you gonna do? What exactly are you going to do? Walking around. Now, it's a topic I want to touch on. A lot of people think that that the virus doesn't even exist, but you know, it's like some bigger underlying issue that's going on that might be, you know that the powers that be use to, you know, to enforce this shutdown. And it might be true. You know what I'm saying? It just might be. Honestly speaking, I think this is like, I want to say a false flag, but, you know, can't even say, because people are actually dying from this stuff. You know, in New York, in Cali, in Italy, like, people are really dying from this stuff. Shalom, brother Ashar Rakar. He said they're testing their agenda for population control. I believe so too, man. I honestly believe that, like this is a test run for when they really want to institute population control, where they really want to let out the big plague, that's gonna mass kill off a whole bunch of people. Like, this is only a test run, because regardless of what country the infections outbreaks are taking place in, the facts remain the same, that, you know, it's not as much people that's getting infected. It's not that as much people dying that are getting infected. You know? So, you know, you never know. When they come out with the real killer, the one that's just straight wiping niggas out, like once you catch it, you're done. You know what I'm saying? You know, once they set that in, a lot of people are gonna be finished. So yeah, this is the answer. Friday changes nothing. It's a scripture. You know what I'm saying? This the scripture in Job where it said, "Terror shall make him afraid." Job 18:11, terror shall make him afraid on every side. Like all this, you know. Like listen, the after effects of this whole virus thing is gonna affect people in a whole bunch of ways, man. Because a lot of people's mindset, a lot of people's psyche is not gonna recover after this, man. First of all, this whole thing already making folks paranoid. You know, a lot of people are, you know, it's like damn near a witch hunt now. You know what I'm saying? You got it. No, you got it. No, you got it. No, don't come too close to me. Stand. You know, the whole nonsense. Stand 6 feet away from somebody. Social distancing, quote unquote. And let's say when all this blows over, when it's all said and done, you know, you still got folks that's gonna think about, you know, what's gonna happen when the real thing comes about. You see the boys all lined up and their patrol squad car. I don't know if they run the drill or a test or they just prepared, you know, to shut shit down. You know, Mayor Bill de Blasio is calling for the military calling on the president to bring the military to New York because so far it's like 4,000 people infected. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these hospitals are getting it's over flooded with people. First of all, before this, the hospitals was already, you know, overcrowded. Let me just say that. But now with this whole thing, it's even more crowded. You know what I'm saying? So now they're gonna bring in the floating hospital. It's like a gigantic ship to use as a makeshift hospital, so that anybody that might be sick, they could take them over there and treat them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really gonna get bad out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's bad as far as like, you know, mass kill off people in like OD high numbers, that I don't know. You know, but me, I just see this at the Most High just giving folks, you know, like a shake up, let folks know, like, yo, I'm on my way. You understand what I'm saying? You know, hospitals run out of supplies. They're relying on, which was, I want to say it's off, but then again, it's not, because, you know, the hospitals, they run out of supplies treating folks. You know, so now, you know, while they might be able to reuse certain gloves, this, that, and the third, now it's like, you know, every time they step out and go to the bathroom or go somewhere outside where they at, they have to frequently and constantly change gloves, the hair nets and other supplies, the face masks and all of that. So now you have like some of these hospital shows, you know, donating, you know, the supplies that they got, you know, for their actors, to giving that to the actual hospitals, because a lot of these hospitals are completely running out of them. See the boys on guard, about to keep order. We don't know what they're gonna do. Or maybe they're just standing around looking busy. Who knows? You know, a lot of these hospitals running out of space. A lot of these hospitals running out of room for people, running out of supplies. You know, lot of people dropping dead. Allegedly, they're saying close to, it's possible that possibly 1 million people, 1 million Americans can get infected with this thing by September. Now, will that come to pass? Who knows? That's up to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? That's only up to the Most High. So the question somebody might ask was like, what can I do? Like, what can I do to ensure myself, you know, salvation from the Most High? Or what can I do, you know, to handle the situation? The first thing you need to do, again, like I said, use this time right now to start self-examining yourself of your relationship with the Most High, and use this time to strengthen your relationship with Him. Start praying more, start fasting more, start reading the Bible. Any wicked sins you might be doing, is the perfect time to turn away from them. Because again, a point that I keep stressing, we don't know how bad this thing is going to get. You understand? Again, like I said, it might be like this now. And by you know, let's say this stuff lasts until June. By June 1st, you know, it might be, you know. Alright, stop here. No, like I was saying, it might be cool right now, but if this stuff lasts until like June, like by June, it might be like the purge out here, you know? It might be like Mad Max, Beyond the Thunderdome and all that. Again, we don't know how how bad this thing is gonna get. So, you know, if you believe in the Heavenly Father, you believe in His Son Jesus, who folks call Jesus Christ, but real name is Hamashiach Yahushai. Now would be the time, you know what I'm saying, to get yourself right. Now it's a perfect time to get yourself right with Him. Examine yourself. You know what I'm saying? Start praying, start fasting, read the Psalms. You know what I'm saying? Psalms 121. I will lift up mine eyes towards the hills, from where cometh my help. My help cometh from the Most High, who made heaven and earth. You know what I'm saying? Read Psalms 91. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say to the Lord, He is my refuge, He is my fortress, my God, in Him will I trust. You know? You know, take precautions to protect yourself. You know, eat healthy, take your vitamins, your supplements, you know, take your herbs to strengthen your immune system, because this thing is really a respiratory illness, you know? You know, this thing is really a respiratory illness. It attacks your respiratory system. Again, for the folks, you know, for the folks who's not scared to venture outside, you know what I'm saying? Walk to stay active. You know, walk to stay active. You know what I'm saying? Work on your cardiovascular system so that your lungs will be strong and healthy. Right now you see few people outside, You know, what if this whole thing gets real bad to the point where you see nobody outside? You know what I'm saying? Where it's like a full-blown purge, or a full-blown lockdown. Nobody outside, nobody in, nobody out. I don't know if this is actually a fire or... Now, I don't know if there's actually a fire going on, or they're just running some tests. You know, again, the main point I'm stressing over and over again, we just don't know how bad this thing is going to get. So again, if you're a wise person, will use this. Number one, use this time to get your spirit right with the Most High. Fast, pray, repent, read your scriptures, read your Psalms. You know what I'm saying? That's number one. You know what I'm saying? Number two, you know, eat right. You know, take your vitamins, your supplements, eat your fruits, vegetables, lay off the junk food. You know, lay off the fast food. You know what I'm saying? Do intermittent fasting. Fast for half the day, fast for the whole day. You know what I'm saying? And so that your body could regenerate itself. You know what I'm saying? From whatever illness that might be in your body that you may not even know about. You see what I'm saying? The third thing you could do is prepare. You know, prepare. Use this time. Go get, go rack up, stock up. Do your food shopping. Keep your supplies. You know, and again, you don't have to go to Costco's or Sam's Club or BJ's. Nah, you could go to like maybe Target. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go to Walmart, you could go to Walmart, or go to the Dollar Tree, the Dollar General, and your regular hood supermarkets. Because a lot of times, your hood supermarkets will still have the supplies you need. You're still going to have toilet paper. You're still going to have water. Still going to have some of the other foods you need. Some will still have bread. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you get your supplies and don't be out there acting a fool, man. Because, listen, I already see there's going to be more viral videos of niggas fighting, niggas acting up. There's going to be like a whole mad dash. I already know it's going to be a mad dash this weekend. And folks at the supermarket try to get stuff for the lockdown. And it's best that you avoid that. You understand what I'm saying? Sorry. I'm sucking on the ginger mint. And it's real bitter as hell, and it burns my throat. So that's the third thing. Fourth thing you could do, stay calm, man. Stay calm. Don't panic. You know what I'm saying? Don't panic. I mean, yeah, sure, it's gonna get a lot worse before it gets better. But that doesn't mean it's time to panic. Folks see. Folks hear about all, what's going on in the news, and start doing a Harlem Shake. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, it's, you should be concerned, you should be alarmed with what's going on, but as far as, you full on panicking, you don't know what to do, where to go here or there and all that. Nah, don't panic, man. Again, 2 Timothy 1:7. The Most High not giving us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. So you shouldn't be, panicking. You know what I'm saying? As long as you do everything right, as long as you live right by the Most High, you know what I'm saying? Lord willing, you will be okay. You know what I'm saying? What is it? It says in Psalms, the 91st chapter, I think 91 and 7. 10,000 shall be at 1,000 shall fall at that left hand, 1,000 shall fall at that side, and 10,000 at that right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. So if you do everything you're supposed to do, if you listen to wise counsel and reasoning, while all these people dying from this stuff, the Most High will protect you, and the Most High will protect your household, man. Use this time wisely to strengthen your relationship with Him. That's number one. Number two, eat right and take herbs and supplements, fruits, veggies and stuff to strengthen your body. Do intermittent fasting. Number three, prepare yourself. And number four, keep calm, man. Keep calm, man. You know what I'm saying? And number five, use wisdom. There might be some days, again, a lot of folks have jobs that are considered non-essential. So, you're going to be home for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Some days you might have to go outside and, get some air. Some days you might have to stay in. Might have to go down this road, might not. Again, we don't know how bad or how extreme that, the shutdown is going to get. You know what I'm saying? So I want to put out a video on World Star where there's a bunch of military trucks driving in New York City. It was actually somewhere in Manhattan. Again, you don't know how bad it's going to get. So, brothers, sisters, you want to be out and about. Know how to move, know how to shake. And plus, on top of that, in your crib, unless you expect this anybody, do not open your door. I think I came across a report that folks is like faking, faking to be Con Ed or stuff like that. Knocking on people's door, and when they open, they run up in and rob them. You know what I'm saying? That happened at that happened in Far Rockaway after the aftermath of Hurricane Sandy. Because after Hurricane Sandy came and went, the folks in Far Rockaway didn't have power for maybe a month or two afterwards. And what Cass was doing, Cass was dressing up in like all blue, like navy blue, like the Dickies and stuff. They was knocking on folks' door, acting like they was Con Edison. And if you've been without power for a month or some change, and someone knocking on the door saying that they're Con Ed, they're here to put the power on, you're gonna be hyped. You're gonna open the door. So some folks was opening the door, and it was actually niggas that ran in their crib and robbed them. So that's another thing, folks. Unless you expect anybody at your door, you know what I'm saying, don't open. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's the damn military, and that there's nothing you could do. Because you open it or they kicking your door down. That's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? And last but not least was at number 6. Wisdom number 6. Find something to do with your time. Find something to do with your time. 'Cause I know around this time, you've been in the house all day. You waiting to hear the word where it's safe for you to go back to work. A lot of folks gonna be out of work for a while, and so that you won't be out here idle. So that you be in the house and you stuck in your house with your rib, your seeds, For the females, you in your house, stuck in the house. You in the crib, stuck in the house with your man. After a while, you won't get what they call it, cabin fever, where you just tired of being around them, man. So like folk, brothers and sisters got to use wisdom, like when it comes to that, and how to combat that. If one of y'all gotta step out, go for a walk to clear your mind. I mean, unless that's if the city's not on full lock, then do that. You know what I'm saying? Or you might be in the house just straight up bored to the point where you just start, delving into folly, delving into foolishness. And I already know if this shit prolongs, especially with the students in high school, that's exactly what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Again, the old saying goes, idle hands are the devil's playground. So you're gonna have these high schoolers and these are grown-ass men, grown-ass women, just straight, bugging out, wilding out. You know what I'm saying? There was an article, if I can find them or post it, that it says that they expect like domestic violence and depression and stuff like that to increase when all this is said and done. Because if you're gonna be in the house, you're gonna be bored with nothing to do. A lot of stuff gonna go. A lot of thoughts gonna be running into your mind, and a lot of them negative thoughts. And I'm pretty sure a lot of folks are gonna, gonna have that why me spirit. Like, damn, man, why it happened to me? And like, damn, like, why couldn't have taken a job where, where I be seen as an essential where, I will still be working. I'm pretty sure somebody gonna go through that. You pick job B over job A, where job A would have been more secure, where in a situation like this, you'd have still been working, you'd have still been getting a check. You know what I'm saying? Whereas job B, you're sent home, you're not sure if you're getting unemployment, you don't know when the check gonna come. You know what I'm saying? You don't know if you're gonna feed your family, you don't know if you're gonna go back to work, you don't know if you're gonna have a job when it's all said and done, so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? Which goes back to the main point. Read your Bible, man. Read the scriptures, man. Read Psalms, man. Read your Psalms. Psalms 91, Psalms 121, Psalms 90, Psalms 55. You know what I'm saying? Read some of the epistles of Paul that's supposed to strengthen and encourage you. You know what I'm saying? If you have an apocrypha, read Sirach, the 2nd chapter. You know what I'm saying? To strengthen your mind and strengthen your spirit. Because again, if you're going to be sitting at home, a lot of folks going to be idle, and a lot of people going to have all kinds of thoughts running through their mind. Some good, some not so good. So you got to learn how to combat that. But yeah, what you guys think? I got maybe 3 people watching right now. What you guys think? What are your comments? I'm gonna pan around again. Again, it'll be way more people than this. Hundreds, if not thousands. As far as this whole coronavirus thing, some people suspect it's the elites, the powers that be doing their thing to instill martial law. Some say to do it to get some of the other elites out of power, to set up new, so that the other elites could take their place. You know, some saying it's a one world government. And you know, the funny thing is, y'all all might be right. Y'all all might be right. So it might be a well thought out conniving plan by the rich and the elites. You know what I'm saying? To play it out. You know, it might be the rich, the elites, the Illuminati, all fighting with each other to you know, overthrow another, you know, member and take their place. Like, you never know. But the thing is, whether it is or not, ultimately, you want to know who suffers? Us, the little guy. You know what I'm saying? So my advice to you is don't give them that power over you. Where you allowed their plans, you know what I'm saying, to pardon my language, fuck you up. You know, jack your mind up, jack your spirit up. Because again, there's an article, and if I could find it, I could post it. They said that when all this is said and done, they expect to be many cases of domestic violence and many cases of depression. Because a lot of people is going to be out of work, some permanently. Again, we have no idea with all that bailout and stuff that the president and the elites are doing. We don't know how many of them are going to go belly up. You know, some of them might still go bankrupt even with the bailouts. Or you never know how grimy a lot of these businesses are, a lot of these employees are. They'll take the bailout, you know, they'll take the money, run, and dub everybody else. So, you you might have heard that your job might, got like a huge bailout from the government. Next thing you know, you think you're coming back to work. Next thing you know, you find out the CEOs or the owners of the company take the bread and ran. So when you thinking, so when you thinking you might, you about to go back to work, you still on the unemployment line. Again, you don't know how bad this thing is gonna get, man. You just don't. None of us know. So again, I'm going to read off the seven, the seven principles, the seven wisdoms that, that are my advice to get you guys through this. Patricia said, I love you, hon, but you should be wearing a mask. I understand, Patricia. I've been taking so many supplements to keep my health up, eating right and stuff. So, most are willing, I should have an immune, and I'm going to take some more when I get in. So most, God willing, I should have enough to fight off any form of free radicals that might be invading my body right now. So again, back to the wisdoms. Number one, use this time, and number one is the main one. Use this time wisely to get yourself right with the Most High, man. Because again, this may not be it. But then again, this might be it. This might be the end. You know what I'm saying? Personally, I don't think it is. I don't think it's the end. I think eventually we're going to bounce back and recover from it in some form or fashion. But then again, I could be wrong. This is the end. This might, Like I said in that Alien movie, it's game over, man. This might be it. But whether it is or not, the first thing you got to do, that's everybody, starting with myself, get yourself right with the Most High. Use this time to fast, to pray, to meditate on the scriptures, read the scriptures, read your Psalms. You know what I'm saying? The epistles of Paul to keep your spirit encouraged. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? To cheer you up if you're in the house feeling depressed because you out of work for a certain period of time. You know what I'm saying? Keep your spirit up, encourage you. You know what I'm saying? Give you courage, for what might happen, in the coming days ahead. All of that. You know what I'm saying? That's number one. Use this time to strengthen your relationship with the Most High. Number two, now is the time for folks to be eating healthy. You know what I'm saying? Take your vitamins, your supplements, eat more of your fruits, your vegetables, take your herbs. That's going to strengthen your immune system, your cardiovascular system, all of that. Or if possible, fast. Do an intermittent fast. Fast for half a day, fast for a whole day. And give your body a chance to regenerate itself where like when you don't eat after a period of time, your body starts feeding off, itself. Like so like any, for a lot of these free radicals that might be in your body, if you start, you fast, you'll quote unquote starve them off, or your other cell, or it might weaken them to the point where your body's able to completely eliminate, said, free radical, radicals that, that's in your body. You could do that. So that's two. Keep your health up. Number three, prepare yourself. Get your supplies, get your food, get your, what I'm saying? Get your Zions. You don't know how these, listen, I'm not saying it might get bad to the point where it might be, Mad Max and the Thunderdome, or it might be the Purge out here. I'm not saying it's gonna get that bad, but I'm not saying it's not either. I'm gonna keep it at that. Some cities will have, some cities will be in more order than others. I will say that. But, you never know. Some cities you might got knuckleheads, that might be out there thinking, this is the purge and be wilding out. So in the states that, for folks that might have it where they could legally strap up, by all means do so. Get your supplies, be prepared. You know what I'm saying? Number four, you know what I'm saying? Keep calm, man. Keep calm. You out here, panicking and being emotional might lead you to make a wrong decision where, it might get you or your family caught up. You know what I'm saying? Now's the time to keep calm. Again, if you're worried, I told a sister this earlier today, if you're worried, it's best to read the scriptures, read some songs to keep you calm. You know what I'm saying? Pray to the Most High for strength, during this time. Pray to the Most High for strength, for protection over you and your family, your household. You know what I'm saying? All of that. If you live by fear, again, you're gonna be like these people out here wilding out. You might be like, that viral video of them girls fighting in the supermarket over a case of toilet paper. It was like a black girl fighting two, I think like Spanish girls or something like that. And because they was hoarding cases of toilet paper, and she was trying to get one case from them. And she said like, yo, I just want one. And it got to like a scrapping over that. You know what I'm saying? So again, don't, keep your wits about you. Will it get worse? It probably will. But that's not the time for you to start worrying and panicking. Brandon Daniel said that shit was retarded. Yeah, it is. Okay, Kelly Liggins said, Shalom, Mike, how you doing? Now, I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right, just holding up. New York is on lockdown. All non-essential businesses are closed. But, for my job, I'm considered essential, so I still got to work anyway. So, there goes that. But yeah, number 4, keep your wits about you, man. Again, if you're feeling fearful, that goes to men and women. Men, you might be worried too. Read Psalms 91. Read Psalms 90. Read Psalms 121. Psalms of protection over you and your family, man. So that's number 4. Number 5 is use wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Use wisdom. Like, some days you might have to go outside just to keep the peace. Because, again, if you in your house, for the brothers, you in the house, you, your old lady, your kids, and y'all stuck in the house all day, again, y'all might get what's called cabin fever, to the point where y'all sick of being around each other, where, the least thing becomes a problem and stuff like that. To avoid problems, again, if your city is not on complete lockdown, you might have to go outside and get some air. Clear your minds, to keep the peace in the home. You know what I'm saying? Like for brothers, or sisters, you might be one of the folks that might be temporarily laid off, and you sitting at home, you kind of depressed. To fight that depression, you might have to get up and take a walk. You know what I'm saying? To fight that, to fight the depression, to fight, any negative thoughts that come in your mind, you have to take a walk. Might have to talk to yourself, get your spirit out. You know what I'm saying? And also, there also might be times you just going to stay your ass in the house. Because again, there was a World Star video that went viral of a bunch of military trucks that was in Manhattan today. So they might deploy the military to, make sure niggas ain't on the streets. It's a quote unquote soft lockdown where they're not gonna be enforcing it like that. But you never know. You might have some knuckleheads that might ruin it for everybody. And next thing you know, it's full lockdown like Italy. Italy, you get caught outside, they're arresting you, and you either gonna get like 3 years in jail, or you have to pay like thousands of dollars in euros, like a heavy ass fine. You know what I'm saying? I doubt New York might get like that, but you never know. So that's number 5. And number 6, keep your wits about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to, this whole thing might cause folks to get depressed. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, there's an article floating around that's saying that after this is all said and done, folks, there's going to be like a high case. They're expecting a high case of depression and high cases of domestic violence. Because honestly speaking, a lot of folks are not going to bounce back from this. A lot of businesses not going to bounce back from this. You know what I'm saying? Some folks might be lucky than others, where them $1,000 checks and them that bailout for the businesses and stuff like that. Some folks might get lucky. The Most High might have mercy on some folks where, that will really help them out. But there might be some other folks where even with that, they done, they finished. again, folks are gonna be stuck in the house for a long time, and a lot of folks might get depressed, both men and women. Get depressed to the point where you might want to hurt yourself, might want to hurt your family. You might want to end it all. You know what I'm saying? Again, like I said, this is where you read the scriptures. Read some of the letters of Paul in the New Testament. Read Sirach in the Sirach, the second chapter in the Apocrypha, and other scriptures to build you up, to strengthen you up, build up your faith. Because again, that spirit, that depression spirit, Slakia, is heavy. It's no joke, man. That depression spirit is heavy. One day you getting money, the next day, a virus shut your whole city down, stops your flow, and pretty much interrupted your whole way of life. You know what I'm saying? You don't know where your next meal comes from. You don't know if you're gonna be able to hit off all the checks, all the bills and the rent and all of that when everything blows over. So yeah, keep your head on. That's number 6. That's wisdom number 6. Keep your head on, man. Because again, I'm gonna say it like this: it's gonna get bad before it gets worse. Yeah, sorry, it's gonna get bad before it gets better. So, and wisdom number 7 is just stay positive, man. Stay positive. Just stay positive and keep an upright spirit, man. Keep an upright spirit. Know that this is gonna pass. Don't sweat it. Well, not too much, but but don't sweat it. Do all that stuff they recommend, to wash your hands and all that. Try not to touch your face and all of that. You know what I'm saying? But just don't panic or get too crazy. Don't get paranoid. And please don't get depressed, man. Because again, this is gonna fuck a lot of people up, man. So that's just it. Let's read the comments. One says the National Guard most likely. Yeah, it probably is. It probably to assist in keeping order. It might be them to assist with that hospital joint, because a lot of the hospitals in New York, they run out of space, they run out of food, they run out of supplies. So at least what was said, that they're about to make some makeshift hospitals to put people in, and makeshift hospitals to check and see, okay, do you got the virus? Do you got the virus? No, yes, maybe so. But who knows? They might be doing something else beside that. But I know one thing for sure: they definitely sending the National Guard here to keep the knuckleheads in line. You know what I'm saying? The niggas, like the niggas was like 30 niggas deep on dirt bikes, running through the city, rum, some of them might be out just for a joyride, and some of them might be out, out to cause mischief. Again, like I said, it might turn to Mad Max, Fury Road out here. It might turn to the road, the Book of Eli. You know what I'm saying? The Purge. It might turn to that out here. You never know. So that National Guard might, or the military, the National Guard is here. Part of the reason to keep niggas under control. And rightfully so. So yeah, any comments anybody got to say? I'm going to read some of the comments before I shut it down. probably done talk a lot of y'all ears off. You know, just try to keep your wits about you, man. Keep your head on. Keep the faith. Strengthen your body. Strengthen your spirit with the Most High. Strengthen your relationship. Be prepared. Sisters, y'all too. Be prepared. If you gotta stay in the crib, stay in the crib. And again, like I said before, if you're not expecting anybody, don't open your door. You know, because again, you know, you don't want to be the folks who got caught out there in Far Rockaway after the aftermath of Hurricane Sandy. Folks was out there without power for a month and some change, and they saw you know, cats, you know, somebody knocked on the door and there's a couple of cats in like dark blue Dickie suits, you know. And the guy said they was from Con Ed. You know, the folks, you know, not having no power with it for a full month, they can, oh, thank God, I'm about to get my power back on. Nah, it was a couple of niggas who ready to rob them. And for what I read, you know, they got a couple people like that. So that's another thing. Like, yo, man, folks, if you're not expecting nobody, don't answer your door, man. Because again, you know somebody, and 9 times out of 10, they're gonna be one of us that's gonna use this time to do some fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure you're not one of them, and make sure you're not caught up in that. God, Ben, I'll show the city again. God. I'm by Bryant Park right now. Still dead. I mean, it may be like this now. Again, if this thing escalates, if it keeps getting worse, you know, it might be a day where it might be nobody out here but me. You know, singing the Rambo song. It's a long road when you're on your own. Like, yeah, it might be like that. So that's just it, y'all. You know, to talk you guys say it all for now. It's your brother Shalom Qadash signing off, saying shalom, shalom, shalom. Happy Sabbath. Happy New Year. You know, just keep the faith, y'all. This too shall pass. Shalom.